Hi, thanks for joining me. My name is Ashley Sweeney. I'm a registered dietitian and nutrition and fitness consultant. I help people with health and fitness and wellness and nutrition and meal planning and emotional eating and breaking up with their diets. Today I want to clarify some things about 21 Day Fix, because as a dietitian I have to be totally honest with you, and there are some things I really hate about the program. And my background and my nutrition, my expertise, I just have to help some people with understanding if you're going to do this, how you need to do it, and to make modifications. And just, I know hate is a little strong word, but there are some things I really hate about the 21 Day Fix. As good as it is, and there's some great things about it, I just have to make this clear to everybody. So 21 Day Fix is a program that uses nutrition containers, color-coded portion containers, to help you with managing your nutrition and making sure you're eating a balanced diet. It's a great program. Overall, it helps people decide and master and really understand what's better for them. Should you be eating more veggies? You should be eating less carbs. It helps them manage stuff like that, which I think is really great. The workouts are awesome, and the plan, if you follow it, is great. And it just takes a little bit of tweaking though. But there are, like I said, some things that I do not agree with. The first thing is the name, 21 Day Fix. Fix, to me, as a dietitian, implies that you're doing something wrong and something's broken. And you could argue both ways, yes. I mean, given the state of obesity in this country and the health issues in this country, there are a lot of things that are broken, but I would never tell somebody that what you are doing is you are broken, you are bad, you're not doing the right things. That, as a person, isn't the way I think we should go about nutrition and healthy eating. So to call it a fix implies, I think, something's broken, you need to fix it, and I think that just sends the wrong message. And 21 days, well, for some people who are, pretty nutrition savvy, they get the hang of this pretty easy. But for some clients that I've been working with, it takes them 21 days or longer to really understand these concepts and to really grasp this and to really, oh, I can only have this many carbs, oh, this many reds. It just takes a lot to understand if you're not at all in that nutrition world yet. So I also think that after 21 days, some people think that they can just go right back to their old ways. And again, that is something that as a dietitian I do not recommend. So I recommend more of a lifestyle change. And I think if you're using the 21 Day Fix properly and you have good guidance with the program, then you'll understand that this program really can help you with a lifestyle shift. It can help you realize that you need to, be eating more proteins, be eating more vegetables, be eating more fruits, and cut out some of the junk food. And these foods are better choices than these foods, but there are some okay modifications that you can make. So unless you have guidance and somebody helping you along, after 21 days, if you're following this to a T, a lot of people feel restricted. And that's not, I think, the way to go about it. I think the way to go about it is personally modifying it and making some tweaks here and there. So 21 days and the name itself, the fix, is something I'm not a huge fan of. Now, the other thing that I don't really care for with the 21 Day Fix is how it makes people too obsessive, and it really stresses people out with the calories and the brackets and the portions and all that stuff. And when you add that much stress to somebody, especially if they're new to something like this, then they just end up quitting. And they end up depressed and frustrated with themselves, and like it's their fault, like they didn't have the willpower, they weren't strong enough, and in reality they just didn't know how to understand it and make it personalized for themselves. And unless you, again, have somebody helping you out, it's hard to understand what to do for yourself in this situation. So what I found is that, if you realize, you can kind of see this in the program if you understand nutrition a little bit, but you'll see that there's ranges within the calorie brackets and within the levels of containers you're supposed to eat. So it says 1,400 to about 1,800 calories is one bracket, and myself, who's following this bracket, and Susie down the street, who's following the bracket, there's no way that our calories are going to be exactly the same. And I think when you're worrying too much about the calories is when the program, it stresses you out more. So what we do in our house is I make things a little more lenient. We're a little more lenient here at home, but also with my challengers, I encourage them to be a little more lenient. So some of the things that we do is that if you want two blues instead of one blue and one orange, do it. If you want to do that a few times a week, do it. If you want to have two blues and cut out a teaspoon, do it. They're still healthy fats. Now, variation is important and variety is important. So you can't only eat avocado every day. You should mix up hummus, avocado, cheeses, nuts, and seeds. You should be doing that. But again, if you want to have almonds and hummus one day, which are both in the blue containers, that's okay, okay? Don't beat yourself up over it. You didn't fail. The other thing is that if you are getting really hungry and you're finding that you're just starving at the end of the night, but you're eating all your calories, you're eating all your containers, you're probably not in the right bracket, so you may need to bump it up. But maybe bumping it up to the whole next level is too much. So maybe you should be adding an extra red and extra green. If you're hungry, I would say go for the proteins and the vegetables first before anything else. And that is the way you're going to get filled up, have extra protein and some good nutrition, instead of reaching for the yellows or the carbs. Also, I was a vegetarian for 12 years and just recently started eating meat. So I eat a lot of vegetarian meals, or we do in our house eat a lot of vegetarian meals. And so if I'm making lentil tacos, for example, that's a completely vegetarian meal, and I'm going to use the lentils as a red, since that's my protein source for the day, or for that meal. Now, vegetarians and vegans, there are special plans and programs and guides for helping you manage the 21-day fix if you are only eating plant-based foods. But if you are not technically a vegetarian, but you still eat a lot of meatless meals, I think it's okay to count your reds as as beans and beans like legumes and lentils and pulses and things like that. That will help get you some extra protein too, without cutting out carbs and just finding good balance. I also have some people who are marathon runners or trainers or training for a marathon or a special event. Now, if you are running and working out for an excessive amount of time, more than what's just in the fix videos, or maybe more than just a kind of a general workout, then you may need to be eating more carbs to help you sustain that energy. And so I think you should be eating an extra 1 or 2 yellows depending on your level of training. So again, this stuff isn't in the guidebook and it's not in the program, but as a dietitian, these are the things that I think make it stick.